2 birthdays on one day for the same birthday. How do you solve this? My solution was a 2-sided cake, one with brain rot Sonic the Hedgehog, and the other with Little Misfortune. I didn't know what it was until I searched it up either. Eventually I realized I had no oil, so I had to get some from my local tree.
No. There you are. Can you believe I had to check 3 trees for this?
In goes the oil, then some eggs. I mean, come on, if you're watching this, you've seen like 400 cake baking shorts. But this one is different, please. I'm not like the other bakers. For example, watch this step.
Oh, fuck.
You have to make sure to season the pan with your burnt finger skin. Everybody forgets that important step. Next, I spread cake, icing, fudge, cake, icing, fudge. And as the world's worst engineer, you know I had to make sure it was flat. On goes a little bit more icing, and by a little bit I mean a disgusting amount, and then make sure to clean your working surface. On to part 2 of this short. I'm learning how to use fondant, for the first time, kind of. Usually I try to make it myself, but honestly, don't do that. Just buy it. It's so hard to make, man. Ensure your rolling pin is thoroughly lathered, and then roll the fondant out flat. I don't know when this turned into a tutorial, but we're rolling with it. I'm reading this at 2 a.m. After finishing the top layer, I went back to the cake and slopped 500 metric slop tons of icing on the cake, and then layered on the fondant.
That looks fucking fire.
A little bit of molding later, and it was finally time to make the designs. First came Little Misfortune, who was misfortunate enough to be put on my cake. Look at her. Poor girl. Sonic also isn't quite the right color, but I'm pretty proud of how he came out. Now they're both sitting beautifully on the top of my cake. Finally, it was time to make Dr. Eggman. He's actually so fat that I had to make him in 3D. He doesn't really exist in the 2D plane. It's a somewhat foreign concept to him. After tucking him into bed, I realized something. Honestly, I'm proud of my Dr. Eggman. He's pretty sexy in my opinion. Despite being impaled up there, I'd say he looks pretty happy. Finally, I cleaned it up with some more icing and presto. This took me a day. Please follow for more tips.